Like, man, if you can't flop someone around safely, hire more nurses. Because that was a sprain. I went to my doctor. Look at how much your arms improved this last 5.5 months. Like, your foot, like, look how strong you are. She had me do all these exercises and stuff. And she's like, lift heavy weights. You're... Hi, my beautiful baby. Hi. So, I just got back from the doctor. This is a video of my BBL horror story, okay? Let me be your guide as you go through with your plastic surgery. And you know what? It's not even really that. I 100% do what makes you happy. Disclaimer, I just want to say this. Whatever makes you happy, whatever shape or form, I don't give a fuck as long as you're not hurting children, hurting innocent animals. I'm all good, okay? Not judgmental free zone. I got a lot of plastic surgery this past year and I do not regret one single doctor I went to and not one single surgery, but this is kind of a horror story. When I tell the story, people are like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like, no. And I actually feel way better because I just went to the doctor this morning and the doctor said no more monkeys jumping in the bed. I'm just kidding. No, she told me I'm gonna heal, or I'm pretty healed. I just have to lift heavy weights. And that's a real G doctor. I'm gangster, I'm old school, so the old doctors from the old school always say, get off your fucking ass. Kind of like that grandma who will spank your ass out of bed for being a lazy depressed.
Make it drop, tell about this flow. What you know about some WAP? Only WAP you need to be talking about is worship and praise. Wisdom and power.
Out of bed for being a lazy depressed ass bitch. That's like my doctors that I love to go to, which is like a tough love kind of thing, because I'm a tough love person. I won't listen to someone unless it's like coming from a true part of their inner soul lion, you know what I mean? So it's not really that crazy. Well, I don't know, to some it is, but like I said, I grew up in a violent ass, really violent maniac childhood, so like I'm desensitized, all right? So I'm biased, so take what resonates, but I just want to share this with you just to consider. Yeah, because accidents happen, but I'm 100% don't, like I said, I don't regret my BBL, my face surgery is nothing. I love both doctors. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, I researched Dr. Julie. I'll put all of her information down there, and I loved her. But I ain't gonna lie, she's the great value of BBL surgeons. Like, she's the president's choice. Like, I was cheaping out and I was trying to ball on a budget and save every fucking penny to get my BBL, okay? So I went to Tijuana. I went to Tijuana and I fucking really went based on price. And that's like really embarrassing to say. But come on, we all want a deal. Come on, like, it's the way of life. So I went with like the cheapest surgeon with the best cosmetic work. And I didn't look at no safety reviews. I was just going strictly by her Instagram and the success stories. Somebody's in heat. The success stories and her Instagram, because she loves sculpting the body. Yo, Dr. Julie and her husband, who I went to and I really respect, they love sculpting the body. And my second surgery was with a different doctor, Dr. Alonzo, but she was so mad. She was big mad when I told her I was going to a different surgeon for my face, because Dr. Alonzo specializes in face, okay? Like, look at my face. I'm 2.5 weeks post-op and my swelling's going down. You know what I mean? It's not even been 3 weeks yet and my face is going down slowly. So I'm really happy with my choices. But Dr. Julie, the first surgeon that I went to, she specializes in the body, yada, 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 yada. She specializes in the body, okay? And her prices are cheaper than Dr. Alonzo's. Dr. Alonzo also does body, but he's more expensive because he's, let's just keep it real, he's fucking good at what he does, okay? So Dr. Julie's prices are cheaper. So like I said, I paid $4,000 American for my BBL alone. The flight was $800 there and back. My hospice stay, my recovery home stay after my surgery was $1,000 Americans, and that's with food and medicines included. So altogether, but you gotta take extra money for medicine and fufa that you wear on your body. I didn't wear that motherfucking fufa. I just used bandage wrap because that shit was too tight, and I'm all about high frequency, and that shit was choking on my body. And I'm trying to work out here and walk, and come on, I don't need that big of a fucking compression garment, bitch. Like, it was too much. I talk about this in my other stories and stuff like that. So take extra money for your meds, unexpected iron bag, unexpected, you know that hangover juice they give, it's a big thing now in California, they give hangover juice to people to have recovery because they're too hungover from their weekend binges. Pretty much bags like that they offer. So I bought one of those bags. It was an iron special, and a fufa for like 80 American, which I never fucking wore because it was like extra large, and bitch, I'm like 5'10". That shit did not fit me at all. Like, no. It's actually unhealthy to wear a fufa when it's that fucking tight. It actually does more damage than good. So I just, like I told you, I wore compression, those big compression garments, like a, you know, if, like a burn, love to the burn victims. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to throw badness upon burn victims, but it was pretty much like, I just wrapped up like a mummy with bandages, and that's how I healed, okay? The massages, don't call them massages because that shit is not, the massages are included in the hospice recovery homestay, but that is not, I repeat, that is not a fucking massage. That is painful body circulating. That is pressing hard into your wounds and just going really hard with, that's painful. I cried on my first time and I never got one since then. And no, I don't regret it. I don't regret it, because like I said, at high frequency, like, I do not regret not getting any. I got one massage, and I know some people get your massages, for each their own hoe. I healed 100% with one massage because that was shit was painful. I think I got 2 massages. No, I got 3 massages. One from was a nurse with bony ass skeleton ass Jack the Skeleton hands, and it hurt, and I cried. The second and third ones were massages from a really nice soft nurse that was made to nurse. Okay, so really have discernment between nurses. Ask, you know, ask Jack the Skeleton bony ass hands to bounce and get someone who's softer, cuter, and full of like just a cute little pudgy, like that cute little auntie. Get a nurse like that because they're just and it's softer and they circulate your body better with the massage, because that shit is not a massage. That it's literally, you need to do that to prevent fibrosis. But if you just make sure you're moving, doing your yoga and shit while you're healing, you still have your tubes on, you will definitely not develop fibrosis. How do I know? Because I spoke to doctors about this, okay? Do your own research also. This is just my body. I healed 100%, like I said. So I'm speaking from my experience, okay? So the horror story was, I went into my surgery for my BBL, which was 6.5 hours, and I woke up halfway through. So they gave me 2 epidurals and they pumped some other stuff into my body. I don't know what it was. They just put an IV in me, 2 epidurals in the back, and I was like, oh, this is a really nice, so this is where you guys do surgeries on people, huh? And you know, the population of Mexicano, the population of folks is like, the average height of a man is like 5'6", 5'7". A woman is like 5 foot average height. So here I am sitting there, big ass avatar, big ass American, sitting there like a, you know, big, all big, and everyone's around me, and like, I'm just like, wow, this, you know, I'm like, this is where you guys have surgery, cool. And I just went, sat down there, and then all of a sudden they poke in the back, and then I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are, and then boom, before I could even talk, I was like out like a light. So that was the anesthesia kicking in. You know, they have to knock you out for 6.5 hours. It didn't work. Okay, I woke up halfway through, which I thought was totally normal because I just never been under in my life. I've been knocked the fuck out before, but I've never been under on purpose. So I woke up halfway through, and I just remember waking up and my hands were out, because literally you're like Jesus nailed to the cross. There's 2 boards because I don't know, they lay you out to do surgical stuff on you, on your back and stuff, and they have to pull fat out of your back and your stomach for a skinny lipo BBL, skinny BBL. So I woke up and I was like, oh shit, and I just like woke up and I was like, fuck, and I felt high and drunk at the same time. I felt like I was just high, and then I looked behind me and my hair was in my face, and I looked behind me and I was like, bro, take my hair out of my face. And I just laid out on the just fucking bare naked, just coochie out, fucking kitten all over the place. And I looked behind me, and I seen the doctor Julie have a big bar, like this big of a silver bar, just jacking it into my back. And I was just like, holy fuck. And I was like, bro, take the hair out of my face, because I wanted to, and I started to get up. And they were just, I seen the machine where they put all the fat into, and all these doctors. It was like I was waking up to like aliens on a spaceship pretty much. I was just high like a fucking kite. And then I started crashing out, trying to get up, and I started crashing out, and they were like, get down. And I was like, ah, and then I started crashing out, and I was resisting arrest. Flashbacks. Resisting arrest. Fucking running, jumping fences. But yeah, I was just like resisting, because I was high and drunk. I've never been that fucking, it was a whole different kind of high. I've never done pills. I don't believe in taking ibuprofen. I don't believe in painkillers. So I just like woke up and I was like, holy shit. And I started crashing out. And then all of a sudden these two little Mexican nurse guys, and like I said, I'm 5'10", 160. And these two little nurse guys come and they just freaking throw my head down on the ground, on the hospital table, throw my head back down, grab both my hands, and they're just trying to keep me down. I'm just resisting. I'm like, I don't know. You can't ask a person when they're high as fuck why they do what they do, because literally I was like, it was like I don't know. How do you explain that kind of experience? Like, I don't know. Fuck, I have no idea. So like, they strapped me down. I just remember seeing, and they're just holding my hands, and all these three men nurses, like these male nurses. And then they just, all of a sudden I seen these belts come out, and they belted my fucking arm my right arm, which, man, they've put two belts like Girl Interrupted up in this bitch and strapped me down on my right. And then I felt the belt on and they just tightened. I was like, and then they must have jacked me up with some more drugs, because then I was just out like a light and stuff. And then I woke up at the end of my surgery, it took 6.5 hours because I looked at the clock. And it wasn't my BBL that hurt, y'all. It wasn't my BBL that hurt. It wasn't my Lipo 360 that hurt. What hurt was my arms. And if you look at my BBL pictures, if you look at my BBL arms, the straps from the resisting arrest, I don't know, because I woke up halfway through high as a fucking kite. The bruises, my arms, I woke up from surgery, my arms were burning. They were in pain. My arms were fucking hurting, bro. Like, out of all my body, I just got it was my arms. No matter how jacked up I was on those high painkillers, they had me on all like fentanyl and shit. Was my arms that hurt. That's how much. Like, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing on the hospital bed, if you're flopping around like, bitch, I'm 5'10", if you can't physically be able to flop my ass around front and back and lipo my body and shit in a safe way, hire more nurses. Because when I think about it, man, these ninjas were just flopping me around on the fucking hospital table, all cootie out, cat out and shit, all fucking just like I'm a fucking ragdoll and shit. Like, man, if you can't flop someone around safely, hire more nurses. Because that was a sprain. I went to my doctor today. It's been almost 6 months. It's 5.5 months since I got my BBL, and I'm almost fully healed. But after I went home back to Canada and hit up the gym right away, I was in the gym within 2 weeks. I was back in the gym lifting the same. Almost, but I was lifting weights at 2 weeks. Everyone was like, bitch, how? And I'm like, because I'm solid. I'm built different. But yeah, so when I came back, and that's all of a sudden I noticed on the 3rd week, the drugs must have all wore off my body, because I'm super sensitive to chemicals and everything. Man, I couldn't lift that fucking bar up with my right hand, and my right hand's way stronger. All of a sudden my left hand was super stronger, and that was alien to me, and I knew something was up. I knew I had an injury on my arm from getting restrained when I was knocked, and they knocked me out. So it's been 5.5. Yeah, just do these. They taught me the exercises to do. So I'm pretty much like, when I go like this, like when I throw like an underhand pitch, I can still feel the sometimes, but for the most part, it's been 5.5 months and it's almost fully healed. Why? Because I did it on my fucking own. And I went and followed up with the doctor today. My doctor, I love you so much. And she told me, okay, you're almost healed 100%. Just give it more time. And I want you to lift heavy weights. That's the only way you're gonna heal, is you gotta lift those heavy weights. And she knows, she's a Barbie. I was just calling her Beyonce today, because literally she's fucking gorgeous. She's a doctor and she looks after herself inside and out. She's a 10, okay? So that's what she told me too. You look at how much your arms improved this last 5.5 months. Like, look how strong you are. She had me do all these exercises and stuff. And she's like, lift heavy weights. Give it a little more while, you're gonna heal to 100%. So, that was what's up. But I didn't like when I did contact Dr. Julian. I was like, bro, I was in Canada. I was like, bro, my fucking arm, I don't have like the 60, I only have like 40% of my strength in my right arm. Like I sprained it. You guys, the rotator cuff, the tendons, like what's up? And she's like, it's fibrosis. Like, bitch, take the time out of your day and actually have a one-on-one convo with me. Like, we need to fix this. And there's no fucking way you're having someone knock the F out, naked ass body, like I said, cootie cat all over and shit, and you're just flopping them around, not paying attention to how you're fucking folding them, bro. Like, hire stronger people. Don't be going and spraining people's arms and shit when they're knocked the fuck out if you can't handle people's weight. And why did the esthetician not even put enough painkiller? I like I said, I'd never been put down on purpose in my life, so I thought that was normal to wake up halfway. I thought that was totally normal to like 3 months later when I went home to Meadow Lake and my old sister-in-law was like, bro, that's not normal. You're not supposed to wake up halfway through a surgery. That's actually dangerous. And I didn't know that, but she dropped the seed in me and I was like, I thought that happens a lot. Like, why did it happen to me the first time I ever went under? So I don't know why they didn't do, people's bodies metabolize different and I'm super healthy. So maybe I metabolized it different or took it in and didn't last. You know what I mean? So who the fuck knows? The anesthesia guys suck fucking dick at that time with Dr. Julie. So, but I'm just thankful and grateful to Creator God that that's the only thing that happened that was, and we fixed it. Thank God. But I want to tell you this so it doesn't happen to you, or you're cognizant talking with your doctor beforehand and say, don't break my fucking arms or don't sprain my arm when I'm down. Like, don't sprain my arm or fuck my shit up when I'm knocked out, because I heard that happens. Like, I sprained my arm, okay? And I broke this arm. My mom broke my arm when I was 4 years old. Like, when she used to beat my ass. My mom tried to kill me. My mom fucking chased after me and stabbed my ass. So that's a whole other story. But I broke my arm before, so I know I broke shit in my body. I fractured my hand. Shit heals. It just takes time. So I'm just thankful to God that I'm gonna keep lifting weights. My arm's gonna get stronger than ever. I'm gonna be stronger than ever. I'm hiring, actually, me and my trainer Ray. I'll start next week. So thank God for healthcare. Thank God for rehabilitation. Thank God for excellent health. And thank God that's the only thing happens. But I want to tell you guys this because I was naive and I didn't know a lot about stuff. I didn't know a lot about stuff. And I just want to tell you guys. And it was really funny because on the 8th day I was walking around Tijuana by myself, whatever. Had my wraps on. I was just walking around Tijuana and doing stuff, kilometers. I was walking like 4 or 5 kilometers on the 8th day. And because they took my tubes out on the 7th day, so that was great. So the 8th day I was walking around downtown out in public. I was already walking around downtown on the 7th day, but I wouldn't go in public because my tubes, and you don't want to look like you peed yourself and shit. But yeah, on the 7th day, 6th day, they took my tubes out. On the 8th day, I was walking kilometers around, like all around Tijuana, downtown, everything. And I remember this Uber guy, because my arms are natural. I'm a big back. I have indigenous genetics, and you know us, we have big backs. So my arms were all purple and shit, and he was like, oh, fighter. And I was just like, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, but like 2 different people thought that I got it from fighting, because they couldn't tell that I just got a BBL, a skinny BBL. They were just more or less paying attention to the huge purple bruises on my arms. So yeah, thank God for healthcare. Thank God that I love to lift heavy. Thank God that since my first injury was like post-op, thank God I can just feel my arm getting stronger and stronger and more healed. And I'm pretty much lifting before the weights that I was pre-operation. So I'm just gonna my goal right now in life is to gain more weight and muscle. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna up the protein in my diet and up the weights in my life, okay? So yeah, that's what happens. I want you to be cognizant of this. Like I said, surgery is your decision. Do what makes you happy. Do your research. Study for safe. Like my second surgeon, super safe reviews, super successful with what he does. I did a lot of research. So yeah, do what makes you happy, and who gives a fuck what other folks think, okay? All right? So yeah, I love you so much, and I'll see you next time on Cherish Love Talks.
I've been waiting all night. Watch you blow up my life. Please don't come over.